Hey royal family, another trip in Paris. Prepare yourself to see a lot of beautiful things and have fun. Let's go. Had some breakfast at the hotel, all freshly made croissant, some beautiful tasting coffee, and then we were off to Museum Perfume. It was a perfumery, and it was giving us the lesson of how the history of perfume were made and the beautiful perfume bottles and why they were shaped the way they were from then till now. A lot of the bottles were shaped in a certain way because they were used to be put between the women's cleavage, and it was also used as an accessory, like a jewelry piece, so they weren't as big and bulky as before. After the lesson, we went to the store that they had. All these perfumes that they have, you cannot find them in any regular department store like Marshall's or Macy's. These perfumes are made just for that store, and if you were supposed to ever run out of anything, you'd have to contact them. And sometimes that perfume order can take up to 2 to 3 years, because that's how long it will take for certain of the ingredients, like the flowers or the petals, that they use for certain of these perfume, takes to bloom. So if you get a perfume from this place, just know that there's a chance that a lot of people don't have that perfume that you're wearing. One of the things that I loved in Paris is the display of everything, whether it's their clothing, whether it's perfume and their shoes. Everything was so perfectly put together that you don't even want to touch it. Next stop was the Macaroon shop. You'll notice that everything was really well displayed. We were able to sample 3 of the macaroons and then purchase some if we wanted to. The price was very high, but it was very much worth it. So it was really a busy day. So the next stop, we went to Place de la Concorde. It's where they have the Ferris wheel. I'm not sure again why Europe has this obsession with Ferris wheel, but every major city or country in Europe has the Ferris wheel. So we walked from that area all the way up to Musee de Orsay, which is one of the largest museums in Europe. When I mean it's large, it's super large. It probably would take you a good week or 2 or maybe a whole month to go through the entire museum to check out the paintings, the sculptures, the artifacts, the history of the place. It's not a place where you just go and finish in an hour. You can cover a good amount in 2 to 4 hours, but you're not gonna grasp everything from it. It's really huge. It takes up a lot of space because no matter what angle you are at the city, you can sometimes spot the museum, whether whichever angle, the back part of it, the side, you can see it. It's really a huge museum. And from the circle or that Ferris wheel thing to walk towards it, it took us about 15 to 20 minutes. It might have been longer or even shorter, but it was so hot, so I really couldn't even keep up. But the heat was very sweltering there, and it's not like the States where you see people selling water or beverages. So it was really a long walk, but it was also very nice to see the things that are around you. The day was bright, and it was just a beautiful day overall, but it was very hot. So off to the boat ride, which was the next thing. We were sailing down the Sein River. It's similar to having a New York tour, where you do a boat tour in New York, where you get to see some of the major landmarks. This one was very much similar to that, and it was worth it. It was about $20 equivalent at the time, for about, I think it was an hour and a half. It could have been more because I almost started falling asleep because it was so relaxing. And yes, it got cooler in comparison to walking down where the Ferris wheel was. It was so much nicer and cooler and relaxing on the boat. We were able to see the castle, past the Eiffel Tower. I think we saw the backside or one of the sides of the Orsay. Like I said, the Orsay is very huge. It's over 540 feet long, so it takes up quite a lot of space. So no matter where you are, chances are you're gonna spot it along your journey in Paris. So this is one activity that you can do if you are supposed to ever visit Paris, which is to do a boat tour, and you get to be close by the Eiffel Tower. Actually, where the boat was, when we went up the steps, we were literally at the bottom of the Eiffel Tower, so we were able to look up at it. The only thing is that, from what I heard, to get into the Eiffel Tower, it takes almost a month or more just to get tickets. So we didn't even bother venture into that. But the tour on the river, the Seine River, was very beautiful. It was very picturesque, and you see a lot of architecture. The architecture in Paris is very beautiful. So our final stop was one of my favorite stops. It was 56 floors above, regular level, I guess, or 56 floors up. It was similar to going in the Empire State Building in New York. That's the best way I could explain it. However, for me, I think it was much more captivating, or probably a little equal, but I think it was more beautiful, maybe because the day was nice and brighter, and you have the ability to be inside as well as outside. So I think that experience for me was better than the Empire State Building, because I've also done that before. But it was beautiful to see all the major landmarks from that angle. See Paris, as you notice, is very much congested like Manhattan. Everything is very close to each other, but you can see all the major landmarks, and it was very much worth it. It was maybe like $5 or $10 to go all the way up to the top. So that concluded that day. We still have another day to check out Notre Dame, the cathedral, and other little spots. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and look out for the other videos of all my adventures. Thank you.